was working in that game. But let's first off go to the only goal that Montreal scored. It came in the second minute of the game. It was 1-0 Montreal before you could blink, but this was probably the only big moment that they had.
Bad giveaway and a goal for Montreal. It was a horrific play in the back and able to collect in the middle of the box and finish with a left foot is Prince Owusu. His 8th goal of the season and disaster at the onset for Inter Miami. 1-0 Montreal.
So that was Prince Owusu finding the back of the net. Believe it or not, on an Inter Miami turnover by none other than Lionel Messi. Messi certainly made up for it in the game. But let's first hear Tadeo Allende tie the game 1-1 in the 33rd.
Side the right side of the box, Allende. Left foot blast! Tadeo Allende! What a finish! What power from Allende! Said, I'm going to do it myself. And Sirwa didn't stand a chance. An absolute lead foot Tadeo Allende. It's 1-1. Inter Miami draws level in the 33rd minute. That is the 5th goal in 6 MLS matches for Tadeo Allende.
I called Allende probably the best transfer so far that Inter Miami has been able to secure this past off season. A lot of new players came in under Javier Mascherano and his leadership, but I truly think Allende has been the best one. You can make an argument. Telesco Segovia has been great. Gosh, the goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari's been out of this world. I think Ustari was the MVP at the FIFA Club World Cup. But if we're taking the whole season together, the Gold Cup, the MLS, the FIFA Club World Cup, I think it's been Allende. I think it has been Allende. Now, let's hear the second goal of the game, and this came from none other than Messi.
Great header, Suarez on a Messi. Couldn't handle for a moment. Now he has it. Right side of the box. Lionel Messi. Messi to the inside. Messi! Left foot finish right of the penalty area. Lionel Messi able to dribble through 3 defenders. Found just a little bit of room. That's all he needed. And a world-class finish, a sure finish. He's not missing that. Lionel Messi puts Inter Miami on top 2-1. It's his 3rd goal against Montreal this season. Weaving and winding. And now Inter Miami winning on the scoreline.
So Inter Miami going up 2-1 right before halftime. They never looked back after that too, folks. Because Telesco Segovia in the second half, I think this is where the game was done, dusted, gone, dude. But Segovia 3-1 on a cheeky chip.
Just outside the upper left of the box, Segovia, right foot chip. Oh, he scored! He put it off the crossbar and inside the far post. Telesco Segovia, what touch, what guile, what an effort. 3-1 Inter Miami. Telesco Segovia, a thing of beauty. Absolute artwork, a masterpiece from Segovia. At the hour mark, Inter Miami 3, Montreal 1.
Never looked back after that, and I think this was the goal of the year by Messi to make it 4-1.
Messi to the penalty D. Messi in the area, still going. Lionel Messi through 4 defenders, and he scores left foot. He charged forward from the midfield, and he said, I'm going to do it myself. Nobody's going to stop me. He's an impenetrable force. Lionel Messi, a brace. 4-1 Inter Miami, and everybody out of their seats in Montreal. They are worshiping the man all across Stade Saputo.
4-1 winners, Inter Miami over Montreal in the last fixture. Let's hope they could carry that same momentum against Montreal coming up tonight. I mentioned that Inter Miami is looking for their 4th win in a row in the MLS. They currently have 4 games to make up comparatively to a lot of other teams on that Eastern Conference table. 21 is the highest games played for teams. Majority of the Eastern Conference has that. A couple have 20, but the only 2 teams that are still left in the teens and games played are the 2 teams tonight. New England will make it their 20th game tonight, while Inter Miami will make it their 18th. So still a lot of ground for the Herons to cover. And if the Herons win their next 4 games, that's 12 points. That'll be enough to jump Philadelphia and Cincinnati, who are at the top. Cincinnati at the top with 42. That'll be enough to jump, or 41, excuse me. It'll be enough to jump Cincinnati. So let's take our second time out of the pregame show. We are powered by our local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive that Q5 e-tron today. Giving you starting 11s again and breaking down the fixture more when we return on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
I know what you're doing. You're looking down on us. Mr. ESPN star with your Fifth Avenue ties and your crisp pocket squares and your hair. Not everyone can be the next Roger Peckinpah, Mad Dog.
This is ESPN 106.3.
You're a disgrace.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot. Go ahead and give him the goal of the week.
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our final segment till we throw things pitch side to our good buddy Ken Levica, our OG, Oscar Gonzalez, on site as well. New England versus Inter Miami. And yes, folks, Lionel Messi is starting. He is one of the strikers up top, and Javier Mascherano's 4-4-2 coming up tonight. I mentioned that, New England is kind of a mid-table team, but this certainly is a team that Inter Miami is going to be taking very, very seriously coming up tonight. Inter Miami, I think, has really not that they weren't taking teams serious this year, but I think Inter Miami now, after that FIFA Club World Cup, I think that they know every single game is a game that they're going to show up and show out for. I mean, I think something clicked, not only with the camaraderie of the team at the FIFA Club World Cup, but I do think that Inter Miami, when everything is all said and done, is going to be the last team standing when it comes to the MLS Cup. Now, the MLS Cup is probably the number one thing on the objective, the number one thing that is going to, I think, be the vocal point now that we're kind of out. You're out of the Gold Cup, you're out of the FIFA Club World Cup. And listen, the FIFA Club World Cup, a tremendous success. But certainly the MLS playoffs and the MLS Cup is going to be the vocal point of the roster here, or rather of the team here on out. And I think the roster is deep enough. I think the roster is a roster that when you look back, you're going to go, wow, that was one of the better Inter Miami teams we've ever seen. That was one of the better MLS teams that we've ever seen. And we had a team last year that won 73 games. You had a team last year that won 73 games. So putting that all in perspective, I truly think Inter Miami is ready for a special, special season. Let's take a look at those starting lineups one more time quickly. The 4-4-2 for Javier Mascherano, Jordi Alba, Maxi Falcone, Toto Aviles, Marcelo Weigand, Tadeo Allende, Federico Redondo, Sergio Busquets, Baltasar Rodriguez, and then up top, you got Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. That is the 4-4-2. New England, it depends where you look. Ken might be able to shed some light. I'm calling it a 3-4-1-2. You got three in the back with Beeson, Fofana, and Ceballos. In the middle, by Yusuf, Polster, and Miller. Gill is the lone central attacking midfielder. And then your two strikers up top, Capana and Lagoni. I believe that is a 3-4-1-2. We're going to take our final time out of the pregame. When we come back, throwing it to Ken Levica, pitch side against New England, play-by-play. Coming up next on your English home of Inter Miami Soccer, ESPN 106.3, and your Inter Miami Radio Network.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff. Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot. Go ahead and give him the goal of the week.
Here's Ken LaVicka.
After a triumph in Canada, it's back south of the border, but still away from the cozy confines of South Florida. Inter Miami, now winners of 3 straight in MLS play. They are in New England to take on the Revolution at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. We welcome you midweek Wednesday night football here on the Inter Miami Radio Network. I am Ken LaVicka, along with on-site engineer, the OG Oscar Gonzalez, Mike Rizzo, back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. Inter Miami coming off of a 4-1 thrashing delivered to CF Montreal on Saturday. And what more can you say? Lionel Messi was absolutely gigantic in that match. Goals in the 40th and the 62nd minute. Now 12 tallies during this MLS season, and Messi's second goal of the match has been played and replayed and consumed over and over again internationally across the globe. One of the finest of his career, and Inter Miami has been scoring in a massive way. 16 goals have found the net in the last 4 MLS matches for Inter Miami. They have really hit their stride in the attack. Inter Miami comes into tonight 6th in the East. However, with a victory, all 3 points could leapfrog Orlando to get themselves into the 5 spot in the Eastern Conference. As for the home side, New England Revolution, it has been a struggle, especially in the attack. They are 11th in the Eastern Conference coming into tonight under their second-year manager, Caleb Porter, and they are hoping that their offseason acquisition, former Inter Miami favorite Leo Campana, can finally start to get comfortable in the attack. Only 2 goals this season in what has been an injury-riddled campaign for Campana. Inter Miami in all pink, head to toe, black lettering, numbering, and trim. Meanwhile, New England Revolution, they take to their artificial surface turf at Gillette Stadium in their blue tops with the red sleeves, the blue shorts, and the white lettering, numbering, and trim. Inter Miami and New England Revolution refereed tonight by Fotis Pazakos, and we await his opening whistle. One of 2 matches tonight in Major League Soccer, Inter Miami and New England Revolution. Inter Miami, a season sweep in 2024. It was a 4-1 victory in April right here at Gillette Stadium in Fort Lauderdale last October. Inter Miami 6, New England 2. And it was Messi and Kremoski and Suarez, all 3 of them scoring in each match last season. There is the opening whistle from our referee, Fotis Pazakos. We are underway Wednesday night, Inter Miami and New England Revolution. I am Ken LaVicka, and so glad to be joined by you tonight. I am high atop Gillette Stadium along with Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer. Gillette Stadium, of course, also the home venue of the NFL's New England Patriots. Inter Miami, 9 victories, 3 defeats, 5 draws, 32 points in the table, 6th in the Eastern Conference. New England, 6 victories, 7 defeats, and 6 draws, 19 points, 11th in the East. Inter Miami leads the all-time series, 5 wins, 3 losses, and this series has never featured a draw. Inter Miami right to left in the attack at the onset in the opening 45 minutes, and we have an early whistle and a foul against New England Revolution. Baltasar Rodriguez getting the first start of his Inter Miami career. He has been battling injury. This is his 3rd appearance of the season, his first start, and he will get the go on the left wing for Javier Mascherano's 4-4-2 setup. New England Revolution, meanwhile, a 3-4-1-2. with a talented forward trio of Campana, Heel, and Langoni, but they have not been able to score consistently. Inter Miami with a free kick here just over a minute in from 40 yards out. It's sent into the box. It falls to a left-footed shot just outside the penalty arc by Rodriguez, who just sent it over the crossbar of Aljaz Ivicic. But that was a good opportunity after the free kick was headed down middle of the box by Allende. It fell right to Rodriguez, who blasted it, unleashed a rocket, but it was up over the bar by a good foot. But that is the aggression we've seen from Rodriguez when he's healthy enough to take the pitch. He does not mess around, and he is full bore 100% of the time. When he has an opportunity to shoot, he'll do it. When he has a lane to pass, he'll do it. When he needs to tackle, he'll get down on the turf, and he'll get the job done. New England They have struggled to score this season. They are 21st in Major League Soccer, 25 tallies on the year. They did not score their first goal of this 2025 campaign until match day 4. They only had 4 goals in the first 7 matches of the season. And New England, its first spell of possession, 2.5 minutes in, right attacking half. Here it comes, Caleb Porter's New England Revolution. Along the far touchline, it was Peyton Miller, who was dispossessed, but Inter Miami and Tadeo Allende strike it out of play across the far left touchline. Peyton Miller, homegrown product for New England, 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. Inter Miami is on the ball now in its right defensive third. And Inter Miami, they have been scoring. Ever since being shut out, that forgettable 3-0 defeat at the hands of Orlando City back on May 18th, Inter Miami's done nothing but attack the opposition's goal. They have 16 goals in the 4 matches since that calamity against Orlando City. 40 goals on the season. That's 3rd in MLS, and they come into tonight 4 matches in hand of the leaders, Cincinnati, in the Eastern Conference. That's quite a feat. That is prolific. New England with a steal in the midfield, but the ball is rolled back to Oscar Ustari, right side of the pitch in front of his own goal. Inter Miami's veteran 39-year-old goalkeeper. And now Inter Miami's going to attempt to play out of the back. Federico Redondo getting the start for Inter Miami tonight in place of Ben Kremoski, who is in the 11 at Montreal. 2 changes for Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami starting 11. The aforementioned Baltasar Rodriguez, who replaced Talasco Segovia. He's available as a substitute tonight. And Federico Redondo in for Benjamin Kremoski. Inter Miami with a pass from the midfield. Here is Rodriguez coming left side of the box, trying to fight through a defender. There's contact. He goes to ground as the ball bounces across the end line, and it is going to be a foul against Rodriguez, who was tied up with Tanner Beeson, the left back. Rodriguez looked like he might have been offside on a nifty ball that was sent his direction by Sergio Busquets. Rodriguez grabbing, that was actually Brian Ceballos, the right back, who he dragged to the turf left side of the box, and a foul on Rodriguez. Long ball up ahead, Campana's on it. He gets just outside the upper right of the area. The former Inter Miami man lays it off. This is Heel, Carlos Heel. The outstanding veteran dribbles into the middle, about 27 yards out. Now outside the area, upper left of the box. Heel dispossessed. Inter Miami couldn't win full possession, however, and New England Revolution still in the right attacking third. And on the far side, Heel tried to enter a feed into the area. It was blocked away across the touchline. And it'll be a New England Revolution throw-in. 5:26 on the first half clock. After the throw-in, a foul against Inter Miami. Trying to make his way towards the box was Al-Hassan Yusuf, the Nigerian international. And this will be a free kick for New England. New England, by the way, only 1 goal from outside the area of their 25 tallies this season. That came on a Carlos Heel free kick. Everything else has been in the box. So a free kick from just outside the left border extended of the area. This is about 28 yards out. Heel stands over it, and he's going to deliver with his left foot. High floater, back post. A head is on it. It does not go forward, but New England able to win it right of the area. And they're going to reset. They continue their spell of possession, right attacking third. Ball floated to the left side. Heel could not handle it, but now he wins it back against Wagon. Heel working very hard, very shifty on the ball. Into the middle. Here's Yusuf. He slides it to the right of the area. Here's Bailo, cross, and it was a point-blank chance that was absolutely shanked wide of goal. There was no marking. New England should be up 1-0, and Inter Miami is fortunate that that cross that was perfectly picking out Matt Polster, who made a run to the near post, was absolutely manhandled by Polster, and it trickles out of play. Oh, what happened to the marking there from Inter Miami? Long ball up ahead. Inter Miami trying to bully its way into the left attacking third, and Lionel Messi has his first touch of the night. Now Busquets 40 yards away. Short range pass, Suarez on the inside right channel. Now to the outside, Weygott. To the right of the area, played it back, Suarez. Try to 1-2. Suarez did with Weygott. He got tripped up and fouled. And Inter Miami from the right of the area will have a free kick on the way. Their first set piece of the night for the men in pink at the 7.5-minute mark of the opening 45. So Weygott was fouled by Peyton Miller. Man, Matt Polster, the veteran, 32 years old for New England Revolution, the midfielder, going to be sick. He had a tap-in goal after that by cross and just biffed it. It'll be Lionel Messi, an in-swinging set-piece free kick. Right of the area, left attacking third for Inter Miami. As we cross the threshold, 8 minutes first half. Low delivery! And it went offside netting. He tried to trickle it through traffic, and it went off of a Revolution player across the end line into the side netting far side, and it's going to be an Inter Miami corner presented by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families. More than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Short corner from Messi. Play to Allende. Now right channel, Redondo. Into the middle, Alba. 35 yards away, turns, and they'll spray it back to the midfield. Midfield circle for Weygott. Inter Miami trying to eat some possession here. We have played nearly 9 minutes, no score. Inter Miami, New England Revolution here from Gillette Stadium. A ball into the box, headed up by Rodriguez, cleared away by New England, and now the Revolution want to run, but Weygott able to keep it in the Inter Miami left attacking half. Redondo. He'll play a ball back near the midfield stripe for Jordi Alba, the veteran left back. Alba, who played the full 90 against Montreal back on Saturday night, back in the starting 11 for Javier Mascherano. Nice turn by Allende, but he was played off the ball as he tried to enter the area by Peyton Miller, the New England midfielder. But Inter Miami will win it back in the defensive midfield after a long ball was delivered forward. And now, out of their defensive half, Inter Miami goes back to work. Inter Miami, 15 points away in their 8 matches outside of Fort Lauderdale in MLS play, and is the most away points in the table, the 11th most, I should say, in Major League Soccer. 4 victories, 1 defeat, 3 draws, the tail of the tape for Inter Miami in their 8 road matches here in 2025. Inter Miami also has a +7 first-half goal differential on the season. New England Revolution, meanwhile, they only have 3 first-half home goals this entire year. That's tied second worst mark in Major League Soccer. They have really, really fought it here on the home turf. Here's a near giveaway for New England near their own area. Suarez was lurking, but able to corral the ball was Brian Ceballos. He is the right back for New England. 10.5 minutes gone in this Wednesday night match. Inter Miami, with a victory, will leapfrog Orlando and take over the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. New England under the tutelage of second-year manager Caleb Porter. New England will slide tackle a ball into the Inter Miami defensive half, and going to retrieve without any resistance is Jordi Alba. Porter, 2-time MLS Cup champion 2015 with Portland, and then in 2020 with Columbus. For quite some time, Porter was a sexy suggestion to take over the U.S. men's national team. That never came to fruition, and that door might have ultimately closed for him as he tries to rebuild a New England side that was left in tatters following a disappointing tenure of Bruce Arena. Speaking of U.S. men's national team bosses. Inter Miami left attacking half, far right touchline, good ball, Weygott. He was able to get past one defender, sends it into the middle, Suarez. He's into the right side of the box, had it played away. Weygott pops across outside the 6-yard area. Good turn, Rodriguez, and he swings a left foot towards the far post. Suarez couldn't get a touch, and it rolls out of play. Goal kick, New England. Boy, Rodriguez, though, positioned his body extremely well. Boxed out a defender. I don't think he was trying to feed it to Suarez. He just windmilled his leg around, wanted to put it on goal. It just so happened that he whipped it right into Suarez, but there's no way with that 200-mile-an-hour fastball coming his way, he was going to be able to react quick enough to get a touch on it. But Inter Miami is starting to ask some questions here, and they are going to win another ball in the midfield. New England has been really poor in the midfield, and you can start to see why they've had such attacking issues. They're very, very soft in the midfield. Inter Miami is bullying them so far. And a foul against New England at the midfield stripe as Yusuf starts to push and shove Tadeo Allende, who's saying, what is your problem? You just fouled me. Don't get mad at me. Inter Miami's going to have a free kick right on that midfield stripe as we get deep into the 12th minute here in this first half. Inter Miami, after an early nightmare turnover that led to a goal against Montreal, turned it into full gear after that. Now Inter Miami, right attacking third, right side of the box. Allende able to corral the ball that was headed to the end line, played by Weygant to the upper right, and then Redondo just fed the ball to absolutely nobody, splitting Weygant and Allende, and it rolls harmlessly across the far touchline, much to the frustration of a now screaming Javier Mascherano in front of the Inter Miami touchline. Now, the thing with Mascherano is that he's always wildly intense, so he might not be yelling at Federico Redondo, but you never know. That's sort of his baseline during matches. There's a reason why he was a world-class player. Inter Miami wins the ball back, still in the left attacking half. Busquets, low ball roller to Messi about 35 yards away. Again, they tried to touch it right back onto Messi. New England able to clear the ball into the midfield, and Inter Miami wins it right back in the defensive midfield. Redondo chunks it back. There wasn't a lot of pace on that. Ustari had to come off his line to launch a ball forward. Back into the Inter Miami attacking half. It launched out of play across the touchline for New England throw, and Maxi Falcone took some contact. He's slow to get up. Leo Campana, former Inter Miami man, will help him up. It's good to see Leo Campana. What an absolute star he was for Inter Miami through some lean times, and he was a complete professional, a dazzling performer, a fan favorite clearly. And I know that there are a lot of Inter Miami fans, even though he wears a New England Revolution shirt now, that are hoping to finally see him healthy at some point this season so he can show off his gifts to the New England fan base. Maybe not tonight, but at some point. Long ball forward, touchdown. Ustari is able, though, to, after two hops, bring it into his hip and into his chest. Making a run was Luca Langoni, the 23-year-old forward. Just could not quite get on the end of it. Got a toe on it, but that pass had been skied from the defensive half to the right attacking half over the top, and Langoni just couldn't track it down, and Ustari was there to extinguish that. 16th minute here at Gillette Stadium, one of 6 MLS stadiums that have an artificial surface. Lionel Messi, left attacking half, tries to punch a ball forward, toe poke it onto Allende, but he is shielded off the ball, and Fofana, the center back, this 3-man back line for New England, cleans up that mess, and New England, a rare aerial duel win in the midfield, and Heel has it in his defensive half for the Revolution. That's the left side of the pitch. Heel against Rodriguez, flanked by him. Heel angles left into the midfield circle, sprays the ball up the left side, and it's able to find the target across from the left side. Falcone able to cut in front of Campana and clear it away, and now Inter Miami on the run. Good read there from Falcone. Weygant a little bit lackluster getting to that long ball that was sent ahead by Heel. Now Busquets in the middle, finds Messi, who has some room to navigate. Messi off to the left-hand side. Left attacking half, Inter Miami, about 30 yards out. Suarez collects. Suarez tried to chip a ball forward. It was deflected by Ceballos of New England, and the pass never got through, and New England is back on the ball. But a good defensive play by Tomas Aviles to come up into the attacking half, poke it away from Heel, and now Inter Miami in no hurry to push the ball forward. They will survey in the form of Federico Redondo, right side of the midfield circle. That's where Inter Miami lingers. Now Alba, good ball up ahead. On the run, Messi, left side of the box. Messi to the end line. He floats a ball to the middle of the box. It's headed down. Here's Suarez, left foot, deflection. Wide of goal, corner Inter Miami. Took him a little bit on that left foot to collect himself. That was a good job by Allende to send it back across to Suarez, and it'll be a set piece for Inter Miami. It'll be a corner, the second of the evening, brought to you by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Inter Miami far side to near side corner. It'll be an in-swinger as Inter Miami will set up traffic in front of Aljaz Ivicic's goal. It's a high floater outside the penalty arc. Alba with a left-footed knuckler from distance. Did not miss by much. Upper right. Alba gives a thumbs up to Messi. Says that's a good delivery. That was a different corner set piece from what we've seen these two attempt throughout the course of the season, where Alba likes to try and on the full volley just let it fly. Alba's had a tough time, though, off these corners and making good contact, so he settled one, touched it down, and decided to let it rip. And that, again, a little bit off speed, and Ivicic had to take an extra glance at it because it was floating, and it was Tim Wakefield knuckling, the former legendary Red Sox pitcher, beloved in this New England area. His legacy lives on. 1838, 1839. It'll be a defensive half throw-in for New England. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium, Inter Miami at New England Revolution. And we are so glad to have you along on this Wednesday night. I'm Ken Levicka. To my right, onside engineer, the OG Oscar Gonzalez. Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England Revolution. As we have entered the 20th minute of action, Inter Miami, a 4-1 and 6-2 victory in 2024 against New England. And New England has it in the right defensive third. It is footed down by Brandon By to the right of the area. Now he's to the outside right channel. Plays it back to Ceballos of New England. Ceballos, the right back in the 3-4-1-2 of second-year manager Caleb Porter. Ceballos, strong run, got around Rodriguez to the right touchline. Low cross into the box. That was cleared away by Falcone. Rodriguez played it, though, right back onto By of New England. Alba hits the turf. He thought there should be a foul. The referee said play on. Meanwhile, New England's still on it with Heel. He has it in the inside right channel. Stolen away Redondo. And then Luis Suarez trying to chip a ball to the far side of the defensive half, set it 55 feet in the air and gave it right back to New England. And now they charge forward. Yusuf, low shot from outside the left portion of the box. And it's Radadu Stara who has to make the save. But I don't know what in the world Suarez was attempting to do, but it was not the chunk that he said high skyward. If there was cloud cover here and it's clear skies and 74 degrees, perfect weather, but if there was cloud cover, there would have been rain that came down off that ball from Luis Suarez. And now Yusuf for New England is on the ground and clutching at his right hip in pain. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England, 20-48, 20-49, 20-50. The clock ticks here. Is it a hip or a groin issue for Brian Sabay or for Al-Hassan Yusuf? I'm not sure. Jordi Alba comes over to plead his case to Fotis Pazakos. I haven't seen a foul called. I think Yusuf just went down with contact that we haven't seen yet. Try and get a replay up in the booth. Inter Miami is still without Noah Allen, who has a hamstring issue. Gonzalo Lujan, his hamstring. Drake Callender, his troublesome hammy. Davi Ruiz, you guessed it, hamstring. And then Ian Frey, the adductor issue he picked up in the Porto victory at the FIFA Club World Cup. And you also, and Yusuf We're seeing a replay of him take that shot. It appears as if he injured himself taking that shot. It was a little bit of an awkward right leg swing that he took. He was sort of in between steps, and he might have pulled something. They are working on his groin or hamstring area. I can't quite tell. It is a right leg, and it's his groin. That's his groin, the adductor that they're working on. And I tell you what, between Lionel Messi and Ian Frey, anybody associated with Inter Miami, we are becoming adductor experts as well. As soon as we know where on the anatomy it is located, that's all we needed to see was the physio in that general area. Yusuf is up, though. It looks like he's going to try and stay in the match. But I was mentioning the injured Inter Miami players, 0-0 Inter Miami, New England Revolution, by the way, as we are about to enter into the 24th minute here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It looks like it's close for Yannick Bright to return. Gonzalo Lujan appears as if he is close to coming back. Davi Ruiz. Drake Callender, his sports hernia, also still out. He had surgery about 6 weeks ago, but he was back on the training ground this week. That is a great sign. Here is New England trying to push forward, right attacking third, far left touchline. Into the middle, good footwork, but Baltasar Rodriguez was able to deny Langoni's delivery after Langoni did such good work to get into the inside left channel about 25 yards out. He chunked a pass, and Rodriguez was able to clear it away. It takes a bounce beyond the far touchline in the Inter Miami defensive half, and Inter Miami with a throw-in. It was touched out by the Revs. New England Revolution, one of the original MLS franchises. Inter Miami, in its young history, now won an MLS Cup, but going to the FIFA Club World Cup, winning a match. What a start. Messi is dispossessed in the midfield. That was a clean steal from Carlos Gil. Gil has been one of, quietly, the most consistent, prolific players in Major League Soccer for quite some time. Since 2019, Gil, 614 key passes. That is the top mark of anybody who's played in Major League Soccer, as New England has it in its defensive half. He has 14 goal contributions over the last 15 matches for New England Revolution, which is difficult to do with their struggles. Oh boy, this is a big run from the left of the area, across from Peyton Miller. Miller was knocked to the ground. He writhes in pain. The referee says play on after Falcone was able to get on the end of what turned out to be a weak delivery after a very, very rapid run from Miller. Second time we've seen New England in as many sequences on the attack have really good buildup, outstanding individual effort, only to be failed by a delivery to try and create something. 26th minute, Inter Miami 0, New England 0. Inter Miami having a tough time breaking down this stubborn New England defense. They've only conceded 23 times this season. That's tied for the fourth best mark in Major League Soccer. They are well-shaped, and here's a giveaway in the midfield. Redondo with a poor playback, and now Gil. He has a runner on the right, and he has help on the left. Here's a left-footed shot wide from left of the area. It trickled across the face of goal and missed the opposite post. Langoni did not get a lot of force behind the shot after the delivery from Gil. It was a 3-on-4. Langoni was on a very difficult angle, and in fact, the most dangerous part of that shot from Langoni was that Rodriguez was trailing from behind it. I don't think he knew where the ball was initially and came maybe about 6 inches from putting it into his own net. Inter Miami did track back well, but that is a poor giveaway from Redondo to set up that odd man counter for New England. 27th minute, still looking for our first goal of the night. Inter Miami, who has scored 16 times in their last 4 MLS matches, have not had many opportunities here this evening. Asked a few questions in the box, but for the most part, New England has been able to mark They've cut off the wings. Long ball from the defensive half. Played forward. Allende could not win it in the box. But then a giveaway and a goal! Lionel Messi in the box! It rolled around precariously. Messi came out of nowhere, trailing the play. Simply swiped with his left foot and is able to plant it into the back of the net. Messi's 13th goal of this MLS campaign. He can't stop scoring. 1-0, Inter Miami, 27th minute. Lionel Messi. It is his 6th goal against New England in his career. It was headed multiple times by New England, but it was never cleared away. Fofana got a head on it in the box, and then Beeson tried to head it back into the area for help from a fellow defender, and Messi ended up materializing, and that's the last person, if you're the opposition, you want to see suddenly show up on the scene, and he simply swiped it with a left foot past Ivicic. 1-0 Inter Miami, 28th minute. Messi, who had a hat trick in the match in Fort Lauderdale against New England, and a brace here at Gillette Stadium, has another goal against the Revs. I mean, he does whatever he wants against them. He now has 19 goals, all competitions. The defending MLS player of the match day for a 3rd time this season already has his hands on a 4th. 1-0 Inter Miami, thanks to, yep, you guessed it, Lionel Messi. So now Inter Miami, who pick up a goal out of nothing. And if that's how you have to break down this New England defense, so be it. And keep in mind, New England only has 3 first-half goals at home all season long. Inter Miami, with that Messi goal, now outscoring opponents 9-1 in the middle 15 minutes of the first half here in 2025. From the 16th minute to the 30th minute, Inter Miami has scored for a 9th time this year to 1 concession. That is prolific. And that is Inter Miami getting a feel for the match and then taking advantage. Here's a giveaway, and New England has it in the right attacking third as we approach the half-hour mark. Here's Heel, 35 yards out. Floats it left side of the area. Oh, nifty right-handed punch by Ustari as he cut in front of Campana, who was camped out looking for a header, and Ustari did well to get a fist on it, propel it outside of the area, and not make any contact with Campana. Good interception by Jordi Alba on a long ball forward outside the area. He headed it to Falcone, who headed it back to Ustari, who was able to cradle it into his chest. And Alba and Falcone high-five their very solid defensive work. Now, New England, we're getting a look at the replay of the Lionel Messi goal. Tanner Beeson, the left back, will have wished that he didn't try to head the ball back into the area looking for Fofana. After Fofana had been on the receiving end of that Inter Miami long ball from the defensive half. Because Beeson did not put enough on it on the return feed. The backwards pass, and Messi was right there with just one swing of the left leg to deposit it and beat Aljaz Ivicic. Inter Miami trying to find Luis Suarez middle channel. One pass didn't get there. It was intercepted, but Inter Miami right back on it. Messi trying to feed through to Suarez. Now he's going to take another shot from left of the penalty arc, and he trickles it wide of the far post. Didn't get a ton of good contact on it, but Messi is pouncing on loose balls, and New England's giving him some room to operate. They are backing off of him for reasons that are unbeknownst to me, and Messi is gladly taking the real estate and the daylight to try and unleash shots. 1-0 Inter Miami, 32nd minute. This is the 18th MLS match of the season for Inter Miami. After tonight, they will be 3 in hand of the East leaders, Cincinnati. And 1 point behind them is Nashville. And speaking of, a massive one at Chase Stadium on Saturday night. It'll be Inter Miami playing host to Nashville SC. Still, select tickets are available in this one. Select tickets are available. InterMiamiCF.com. Get your tickets. InterMiamiCF.com. Can't wait to see you. It is going to have to be a raucous. It is a major matchup. It is certainly the match of the weekend in Major League Soccer. Heel, good ball forward, left side of the area. Langoni is on it. He didn't have a good touch, couldn't collect it, has to retreat outside the left portion of the box as Wagon was able to recover defensively. Back to Heel. Heel squirts his way left of the area into the corner far side. 1-0 Inter Miami, but New England asking questions. Heel to the end line, cuts it back against Wagon. He fed it to the left border of the box, Yusuf, and now it's played back outside the attacking third and a giveaway. Lionel Messi able to turn. A second turn, a third turn. Good ball forward, but a very critical interception made by Ceballos as Rodriguez was trying to make a run forward. And now Rodriguez is called for a foul as he clutched at Ceballos, and a card is shown. Rodriguez, a little bit too handsy, according to the referee, Fotis Pazakos. And Baltasar Rodriguez is in the book. If that ball from Messi off the spin in the defensive half is 6 inches taller, Rodriguez has a 1v1 coming up against the keeper. Rodriguez, by the way, I think that yellow is an accumulation of some aggressive play. We told you at the onset, Baltasar Rodriguez, that's his MO. He's very aggressive. New England left of the area, across, whipped in by Langoni. And it is Tomas Aviles who has to settle for clearing it across the end line into the seats, out of play. It'll be a New England corner, far side to near side. New England does have speed on the wings. Inter Miami is having some problems tracking that and marking that. But Inter Miami appears to be perfectly fine just collecting bodies in the box to handle clearances. That time, though, Aviles, based on his positioning, had no choice but to just safely nestle it out of play for a corner. Can see the corner, outswinging corner, far side to near side. A swing and a miss on it by Brandon By of New England. Inter Miami trying to play out of the back. Suarez, cheeky little chip up over 2 defenders in the right attacking third. Risky, but now that it worked, you can say that was beautiful. And in the 35th minute, Inter Miami back on the ball. 1-0, thanks to a Lionel Messi goal in the 27th minute. Off a defensive mistake from New England. Here's Busquets, just behind the midfield circle in the defensive half. Now in the midfield circle is Redondo. He'll play it back to his left for Maxi Falcone. Inter Miami just trying to space themselves. Good ball, Messi, left attacking half. Redondo. Now Suarez back to Messi. Inside left channel. Messi chops it back to Suarez, who delivers it right back to Messi. He'll send it middle channel. Redondo makes the turn. He has it on his right foot. Now close range pass Messi. Trying to sneak a ball through to Alba, who was making a run left side of the box. And then it was Allende and Alba who collapsed onto Brandon By, who was having trouble figuring out what to do in his own area. And he had to spray it into the far right corner in Inter Miami's left attacking half. I believe he was able to concede a throw-in, not a corner. It was very close to that corner flag, but it took a right-handed turn. There was some English on that ball, and it is indeed a throw-in for Inter Miami, right of the box, far side. Redondo outside right wing for Inter Miami. Aviles comes up and plays it to Wagon. Wagon tiptoeing that touchline. A pass from Redondo did not get through, but it bounced right back to him. Now in the middle channel, it's Alba. He'll chunk a ball to the left wing. Rodriguez. It's touched into the middle for Busquets. He is going to sky it back into the defensive half. And Falcone does the smart thing and plays it back to his keeper, Oscar Ustari, who never has any issue playing it off of his feet. And he will Deliver it with a right foot. Ustari, who is in blue tonight, the Inter Miami keeper, to Falcone. Give away in the midfield. Rodriguez couldn't handle a pass, and New England back on it. Play it backwards for Fofana, the center back, to Bai along the near right touchline in the midfield. Wanted to play it up ahead to Heel. Heel couldn't get on the end of it, though, as Ulba sweeps it away. Back to the keeper, Ustari. Right attacking half for Inter Miami. 38th minute, Inter Miami 1. New England 0. Good ball, Busquets up ahead. Here's Lionel Messi from left of the area. Another first-timer, left foot, and he beats the keeper. Lionel Messi has taken 2 shots tonight. He has touched the ball twice in the attack, and he has scored both times. He tucks it inside the far post. Lionel Messi has another brace. It happens in the first half. Messi's 7th goal against New England in his career. 2-0 Inter Miami. What an assist from Busquets. Busquets, head up, absolutely threads the needle. Messi's taken 2 shots tonight. 2 attempts to score. And both have found the back of the net. I mean, that is exceptional. For Lionel Messi, it's his 14th goal of the year. He is now 6 off of what he scored all of 2024 in MLS play. And it's July 9th. And this is the 18th match of the season for Inter Miami. We are just now at the midway point of the regular season. And he has 14 goals. I mean, this is prolific. This is prodigious from Lionel Messi. And this is an attack for Inter Miami that has, I think it's safe to say, found its legs. Inter Miami scored 18 times after that catastrophe at home, 3-0 defeat to Orlando City. That's 4 and not quite a half matches at this juncture. 3 against Philadelphia, 4 against Montreal, 5 against Columbus, 4 against Montreal, 2 here in the first half against New England. 40th minute, Lionel Messi 2, New England 0. Inter Miami still going to have to stay disciplined, maintain its pressure. New England has it in the right attacking third at near touchline. Bai will play it back to about 40 yards out from Matt Polster. Now it's played back into the New England defensive half. Ceballos splits 2 defenders. Got by Busquets. Now feeds it to the middle. Campana, who's playing very deep. Campana left foots it off to the left side. Beeson floats it to the middle of the box. Headed away by Falcone, but on the heel. Heel had it dispossessed momentarily, but the ball bounced back into the area. Bai tried to get a touch on it. Rodriguez poked it away, but now he's clutching at his right ankle. I think he might have taken a spike as Inter Miami gets back into possession, and a foul was called. We'll see what happened here with Rodriguez. Yeah, Rodriguez took a cleat. Oh, he got kicked in the back of the hamstring by Bai. But Rodriguez is up, and he jogs away. 41st minute. Inter Miami, this 2-0 lead thanks to Lionel Messi. And a long ball up ahead, left attacking half, now left attacking third, Suarez. He had it punched away by Fofana, who swept at him from that center back spot. New England trying to play it from the back. Here's Heel in the defensive midfield. Herky-jerky dribble for Heel. Lots of misdirection. He is a water bug. And he'll send it into the left attacking half. Campana being grabbed by Redondo, 2 former teammates. Campana won the better of that, and New England continues to lurch forward. Far left touchline, left attacking third. A ball to the border of the box left side. Langoni, who scored against Portland Saturday, the lone tally in a 2-1 defeat at Portland Timbers. Now Heel. Left channel, plays it towards the box, broken up by Busquets. Now, New England, the buildup is okay. Before it gets to the area, here's a bad giveaway, though, by Inter Miami. I'm not real sure what Allende was trying to do from deep in his own area. Now Campana tries to give it a ride from 35 yards and blasts off Redondo in his blocked back. And now Heel has it for New England right attacking half. He is about the border of the right attacking third. And then after all that, Heel cannot connect on a pass far side along the touchline. Peyton Miller, and the ball will bounce out of play. This is, for New England fans, not a fun experience to watch New England Revolution on the attack. Other than Carlos Heel, there is not much to be excited about. Not very dynamic. And it certainly becomes glaring when you have number 10 in pink on the other side on the same pitch. New England wins the ball in the midfield in the 43rd minute. First half, 2-0 Inter Miami on top. Ken Levicka here with you from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Typically a place where the Miami Dolphins are taking a loss. At least, well, that was when Tom Brady was the quarterback of the Patriots. Here's Inter Miami on the run, left attacking half. Rodriguez a bit too heavy on the touch as he was trying to get Inter Miami potentially in a 3-on-2 situation. And England is going to try to play it out of the back. And Rodriguez is really playing aggressively. Inter Miami nearly forcing a turnover. Messi is bothering Yusuf of New England in that left attacking half on the near side. And finally, Jordi Alba does come up and pick up the turnover that Inter Miami was hoping to acquire. He does it just inside the right defensive half. And now Inter Miami's on the ball as we welcome you to minute number 44. Lionel Messi with a pair of goals. Can he get a second hat trick against New England in his career? We'll find out. Lionel Messi, and yes, we're aware of it, has a reputation for being the brace man. Can he be the hat trick man here tonight? We'll find out. He's going to have plenty of time to try and chase it, depending on how long he stays on the pitch into the second half. Messi with goals in the 27th and 38th minute. Starry sprayed the ball out of play, trying to play it from his own area in front of his own goal, and it went up over the head of Chelo Wagon. We are about to hit 45 minutes, and we will find out what the extra time situation is from the referee, Fotis Pazakos. Maxi Falcone gets a right foot into a ball that was about 30 yards in front of his own goal, broke up a pass. And Baltasar Rodriguez, a no-look flick onto Alba in the defensive half. And then Suarez gives it away. Here's Heel, right attacking third. And he could not pick out a run from the right side from Brian Ceballos. 3 minutes of extra time after that ball rolls out of play. And Inter Miami will get back into possession. 3 additional minutes in this first half, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. Thank you to all our fine friends at South Florida Audi. Ustari with a goal kick, and he'll deliver it to the left attacking half. And Inter Miami's on the ball in the midfield, far side. And New England able to dispossess Tadeo Allende. Heel, nifty ball, and it's played for Campana. He's behind Falcone. Campana! He lets it fly from outside the top of the box, and a leaping save. One-armed right arm, Ustari, able to punch it up out of play. He came up off his line, and he was able to force Campana into a shot, and that is an acrobatic save off the left hand of Oscar Ustari, defying age once again. It'll be a corner for New England, near side to far side. We are just about 2 minutes into the additional 3 in this first half. 2-0 Inter Miami. In swinging corner, headed up into the air by Jordi Alba and out of trouble. And then Lionel Messi is fouled by Fofana, who pulled him to the ground. The crowd didn't like that. Yes, it is the home crowd, New England, but they did not like to see Lionel Messi, who, let's be honest, he is the major reason why it is going to be a season best crowd for New England Revolution. They did not like to see him get dragged down to this artificial turf, but Messi pops right back up. He is the lone goal scorer tonight, and he's done it twice. Ustari handles the free kick from deep in the Inter Miami defensive half. And now Marcelo Wagon had a ball taken away near the midfield. Here is a 2-on-3. Reinforcements coming for New England. Leo Campana with a first-time attempt left of the penalty D, and he set it off the side netting, far post, trying to curl it home, and Inter Miami dodged a bullet there. Good ball, Langoni. Campana a bit off balance on the shot. Falcone took away what would have been a better path on the shot towards goal, so Campana had to try and get creative and curl it, and it was wide of the post, and there is the whistle from Fotis Pizzacos. Our 3 minutes of extra time have come to an end, and our first half has come to an end, but not before Lionel Messi treating the away fans to fireworks. A goal in the 27th, a goal in the 38th. It is Inter Miami 2, New England 0 at halftime. Mike Rizzo has your halftime show from the network studios in South Florida next. This is Inter Miami football.
Hey, Steph Prince here, ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
advantage. Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Here's Mike Rizzo.
New England 0. Good ball. Busquets up ahead. Here's Lionel Messi from left of the area. Another first timer, left foot, and he beats the keeper. Lionel Messi has taken 2 shots tonight. He has touched the ball twice in the attack, and he has scored both times. He tucks it inside the far post. Lionel Messi has another brace. It happens in the first half. Messi's 7th goal against New England in his career. 2-0 Inter Miami.
Our Herons well on their way to their 4th straight MLS victory, 2-0. The halftime score at Gillette Stadium in New England. Lionel Messi with a brace in that first half. He has 4 goals in his last 2 games. We repeat, 4 goals in his last 2 games. He is on an absolute goal-scoring tear. He had that first goal in the 27th minute, and then we didn't have to wait long because in the 28th minute, Messi able to bag that goal you just heard on your Inter Miami radio network and your voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken LaVicka. As I mentioned, welcome on in to the halftime show here on your Inter Miami radio network. We are powered by Audi. And folks, if you want more from your drive, I got the thing just for you. The all-new Audi Q5. It's got a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with the driver, a.k.a. you, in mind. Test drive the all-new 2025 Q5 Audi at your local South Florida Audi dealer today. Or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is Audi. It's not offers, folks. It's AudiUSA.com to learn more. And once again, test drive that all-new Audi Q5. It's the best made better. Let's go through a couple of match facts from that first half. Inter Miami winning possession. They've had the ball 56% of the time, comparatively to New England's 44. Inter Miami with a .75 XG, if you're into it. If you're into the XG stat, .75 comparatively to a .28 for the New England Revolution. 8 total shots for the Herons, 5 total shots for New England. That is 13 total shots on the game. Inter Miami has 1 big chance comparatively to 0 for New England. So Inter Miami able to dominate the game. I will say New England did have a chance early on in front of goal, ultimately squandering the opportunity. Other than that, and it would, obviously in the stat sheet wasn't even considered a big chance. Other than that, it has really been all Herons. And Inter Miami right now, I mentioned, they're the hottest team outside of FC Cincinnati within the MLS. FC Cincinnati has won 4 games in a row. Now, if Inter Miami is able to candy bar the door in the second half, that'll be 4 wins for them in a row as well. And if you were listening to our pregame show before, even if you're listening to Ken on the broadcast, Inter Miami has a lot of games to play. This is game number 18, and FC Cincinnati's played 21 games. So if Inter Miami takes care of business, they're going to have that Eastern Conference tables right in their sights. And we talked about the supporter shield, and if that is truly the number one thing that Inter Miami is thinking about at this point in time. it's one of those things where you want to position yourself good for the playoffs. And I am certainly loving the fact that Inter Miami, ever since they came back from that FIFA Club World Cup, granted, it's been, 3 halves so far, but a 4-1 win against Montreal and a 2-0 lead heading into half. That is a 6-1 goal differential difference against their opponents. Now, we could sit here and argue if New England and Montreal are worthy adversaries, but you take care of who's on your schedule. Don't care who you're playing. You take care of who's on your schedule, and you take care of business. Let's listen to Lionel Messi's goals again. You heard the second one as we came in from the timeout, but let's hear Lionel Messi's first goal that was early on actually, I guess kind of in the middle, right, of that of that first half, 27th minute, Lionel Messi finding the back of the net.
But then a giveaway, and a goal! Lionel Messi in the box! It rolled around precariously. Messi came out of nowhere, trailing the play, simply swiped with his left foot, and is able to plant it into the back of the net. Messi's 13th goal of this MLS campaign. He can't stop scoring. 1-0, Inter Miami, 27th minute.
13th goal of the MLS campaign. And Ken is right. Guy can't stop scoring. He is unstoppable, unguardable, unshakable within the MLS right now. And then let's listen again to that 2-0 scorer, Ken Levick on the call.
New England 0. Good ball, Busquets up ahead. Here's Lionel Messi from left of the area. Another first-timer, left foot, and he beats the keeper. Lionel Messi has taken 2 shots tonight. He has touched the ball twice in the attack, and he has scored both times. He tucks it inside the far post. Lionel Messi has another brace. It happens in the first half. Messi's 7th goal against New England in his career. 2-0, Inter Miami.
So Lionel Messi is now second, tied for second on that Golden Boot. That 13th goal of the season is tied with Ty Baribo for second most goals within the MLS. Number 1 is Sam Surridge of Nashville. Surridge, the Englishman, having a real good year. 26-year-old Englishman having a great year so far for Nashville. But Lionel Messi, obviously with a lot of games in hand, is probably going to be able to give a good consideration for that Golden Boot if this run continues. Now, you look at a couple of the guys that are up there, Baribo, Surridge, these are all guys who are pretty decent teams. Nashville up there on the table, Philadelphia up there on the table. Let's keep in mind, too, reason I'm bringing those 2 chaps up is because they've played more games than Inter Miami as well. Let's see where Lionel Messi is at in his goal scoring come when they've played 20 games, when they've played 21 games. I'm talking about Inter Miami, by the way, when they catch up to the rest of the competition within the MLS as far as games played and the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami, the only game in action right now in the MLS. You will have a nightcap coming up tonight within the league. Now, obviously, Inter Miami up 2-0, but tonight you got LAFC and the Rapids. Now, LAFC is 7th on that MLS table. It's been a disappointing year. And I know I was pretty hard on them. If you were listening to our football show here on ESPN 106.3, if you listened to Pink Smoke earlier, I'm done with the LA teams. Between the Galaxy complaining about wanting to be in the FIFA Club World Cup and having 12 points on the table this year, I mean, are you kidding me? Inter Miami arguably was the best North American, not even arguably, they were the best North American team in the competition. And LA Galaxy felt they should have been there. And then the LAFC, with all due respect to my good buddy Dave Denholm, play-by-play announcer, friend of show, I even think Dave would tell you it's been kind of a rocky season so far for LAFC. You got the likes of San Diego and Vancouver at the top of the Western Conference. I can almost guarantee you nobody had that on their bingo card. But one more game left to go tonight at 10:25, LAFC in Colorado. We'll touch more on that on the post-game show. But the game at hand right now, our Inter Miami Herons up 2-0 over New England. And if they're able to candy bar the door in the second half, it'll be their 4th victory in a row. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, sending it back to Ken Levick pitch side. Ken Levick on site at Gillette Stadium with the call, and our OG Oscar Gonzalez on the 1s and 2s as our on-site producer. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network and ESPN 106.3.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
Coming out of the locker room, getting prepared for the second half, Inter Miami and Lionel Messi 2, New England Revolution 0. We are back at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Inter Miami's looking for a third straight victory over New England, a fourth straight triumph overall, and Lionel Messi is just an absolute machine. We knew that, but he is in fine form. He has 2 goals tonight. This after his 2-goal performance against Montreal on Saturday. Prior to that, against Columbus, he picked up a brace. That was before the FIFA Club World Cup. And he had the memorable free kick tally against Philadelphia. He had a brace in the match that sandwiched between the two I just mentioned. The first leg with Montreal of the season series this year with the side from Quebec. He had the 2 goals in that one. He has 14 goals now on the season. And Inter Miami is trying to play another strong 45 and put 3 more points on the table and jump into 5th in the Eastern Conference. Fotis Pazakos, our referee, his whistle blows in the second half underway at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 0. And thank you so much for joining us midweek Wednesday night football with Los Heranitos finally back home for the first time in over a month. That will be Saturday night, and that is at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Can't wait to see a packed house with a major match. Huge ramifications. Nashville sitting 1 point back at the top spot in the Eastern Conference, paying a visit to Inter Miami. The OG Oscar Gonzalez on-site engineer, Mike Rizzo, back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. You just heard him on the halftime show, and we are a minute into the second half. The conditions are perfect here in New England. 73 degrees, partly cloudy skies. You can't beat it. It'll be back to the heat and humidity on Saturday, but hey, in South Florida, we're used to that. It'll be Nashville that's going to have to adapt to our swamp conditions. No changes at halftime for either side. We'll see how long that lasts for Javier Mascherano especially. And Baltasar Rodriguez is able to get the first spell of possession for Inter Miami in this second half. Inter Miami will go left to right in the attack in the second 45. And Inter Miami has it in their right attacking half with Federico Redondo. He's just offset to the right of the midfield circle. Now Busquets swipes the ball forward into the middle. Messi tried to poke it on to Suarez. A loose ball, one in the middle by Rodriguez. He's able to spin away from trouble. Now Busquets tried to chip a ball left side of the box. Suarez couldn't get on the end of it. Cleared away by New England. Then Maxi Falcone comes barreling into the midfield to win an aerial duel. And it's Inter Miami back in possession. Rodriguez, he is flanked by three different defenders in a triangle around him, and he will distribute the ball to the left of the midfield circle, right attacking half, Jordi Alba. On a drag here, Suarez. Suarez, middle channel. He had that poked away by Peyton Miller of New England Revolution. The ball will go to the near right touchline, right attacking third, Chelo Wegan. Now into the middle, Busquets surveys, instead rolls at short range to his right for Redondo. Now Messi, a give and go with Busquets, sends it left of the top of the box for Rodriguez. He'll swipe a ball left of the area, chunked by Jordi Alba. Couldn't really get anything on it. Wanted Messi, who was standing outside the penalty arc, and now New England trying to track back. And Redondo is called for a foul after he thought he had picked the pocket of Al-Hassan Youssef, the New England midfielder. The foul called against Redondo by the referee Fotis Pizzacos, and New England restarts play in its defensive half. Leo Campana, the former Inter Miami man, he has very, very, very graciously conducted himself since going to New England in the offseason. He's had a frustrating year with injury, but you can see the happiness in his face, seeing his former teammates here tonight. Hugs and kisses all around from all of his former teammates, reciprocated by Campana. Just want to see the man happy. The former all-time leading goal scorer in Inter Miami history has now been surpassed and then some by Lionel Messi. Here's New England, left attacking third. Youssef attempted entry into the box, blocked away by Busquets, but Heel has it left of the box, and he sends a very uncharacteristically awful cross, mishit it well over Oscar Ustari's goal. He wanted to whip something to the far post. Instead, hit the ball about 25 feet into the air, out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Oscar Ustari and Inter Miami. Boy, that sailed on him. Carlos Heel does not do that very often. Heel has had a lot of success against Inter Miami in his career with New England. 3 goals, 6 assists all time against Inter Miami for Carlos Heel. He has 7 goals and 7 assists here in 2025. He scored the 50th goal of his MLS career back on May 10th against Orlando City. Inter Miami, after a good one-touch from Messi onto Redondo. Suarez with a poor pass to end that threat, trying to pick out Messi, who was making a run up the middle channel, but Inter Miami wins it in the midfield again. Rodriguez, right attacking half. Messi tried to give it right back to Rodriguez on a 1-2. There's an Inter Miami player down. It's Falcone. The referee says play on. Inter Miami basically down a man in this sequence. Langoni, left of the box, tries to turn on the burners around Wegan, and he delivers an awful cross that sails out of play far post. Falcone covered in rubber pellets because that is what houses the artificial turf here at Gillette Stadium. He is covered to them head to toe, and he is afflicted. Where the pain is, I'm not quite sure. 50th minute, by the way. We are 5 minutes into this second half. 2-0 Inter Miami. Lionel Messi, both goals in the first half. And the Inter Miami physio is going to have to come out and see Maxi Falcone making his 9th start of the MLS season here tonight. His 12th appearance. Falcone is getting looked at by the physio. This doesn't appear to be anything overly severe. And Falcone took a boot from Campana to the right side of his right knee. Might have even been his calf. Hopefully it's more its calf than his knee. Falcone's up. Campana's been shown a yellow. No intent there from Campana, but it was definitely clunky and definitely delivered a pretty vicious kick to the side of Falcone's leg. Falcone and his flowing mane are up. Not hard to pick up where Maxi Falcone is on the turf. Inter Miami, it's left defensive third. Far side, Falcone will play it in front of his own goal to Ustari, the blue-clad Inter Miami goalkeeper, and he lobs a ball to the near touchline for Chelo Weigott. Weigott, who had struggled heading into the FIFA Club World Cup, found his game in that tournament, and he has played well since then. Rodriguez playing a ball from the attacking midfield. Potan Suarez, left to the box. Allende chops a shot. No. Here's Suarez with a header off of a rebound. He had it cleared off the line. And then the ball is sailed out of play across the near touchline. Inter Miami threatening, and it'll be a throw-in in the right attacking half. Now, Suarez created a goal-scoring opportunity for Allende, and after that shot did not get through, Suarez with a header. That was taken away, but it was in the path of goal. Inter Miami back on it in the midfield. Busquets will swipe it back into the midfield circle for Redondo. Now Messi, quick one touch on to Weigott. He has it in the attacking midfield, does Weigott. Crisp passing here from Inter Miami. Good curling ball, Messi, into the middle channel for Rodriguez. Now far left touchline, Jordi Alba. He's been sort of quiet tonight, trying to play a ball to the left of the area. Rodriguez called for a foul, trying to fight for it. He had two hands in the back of Matt Polster, the New England midfielder. That buildup was strong from Inter Miami in the sequence previous. Suarez, a good ball to Allende. Allende could not get the shot to go through to challenge the keeper, and then Peyton Miller cleared Suarez's secondary header off the line. Still 2-0 Inter Miami as we welcome you to minute number 54 here from Gillette Stadium. Inter Miami looking to hit a double-digit win total. They are under 40 minutes away from doing so. 9 wins, 3 defeats, 5 draws on the season for Inter Miami. This would be a 4th straight win. And no drama, potentially, in any of these victories if Inter Miami can tack on a couple of more here tonight. New England will traverse its way into the left attacking half. Heel in the center circle, and Redondo delivered a big hit to Heel. And Heel goes down, clutching at his face, and Redondo is shown a yellow. So we've had 2 yellows so far in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. First to Campana of New England, and now Redondo of Inter Miami. And yeah, he had his left hand up, did Redondo, and he caught Heel right in the face, palmed him right in the chops. That's about as clear as day, and it happened about 8 feet in front of the referee, Fotis Pazakos. You're not going to get away with that if you're Federico Redondo. Heel making sure his nose is intact. I don't see any blood there. And New England restarts play. They're in the left attacking midfield, our New England Revolution. Blue tops, blue shorts, red sleeves. Here's Heel. Right to the area after it was chopped back to him by Brandon Bye. Inter Miami able to clear it out of danger, but can't get the complete job done. New England's going to win it back in its left attacking half, but about 40 yards from goal, and Heel's going to roll it back momentarily into the New England defensive portion. Push back onto the attacking half by Fofana. Now Yusuf into the defensive midfield for Tanner Beeson. New England going attacking side, a defensive side for a while, trying to find some room to operate against this Inter Miami defense. Long ball from the midfield, and it was Langoni swiping on the far post, his left foot at it, could not direct it on to goal, and Ustari able to grab it on a hop for Inter Miami. Ustari's been a very trusty keeper for Inter Miami. Started as someone who was a great insurance policy for Drake Callender. Callender has been battling injury since the preseason. Ended up having to undergo surgery, a procedure to repair a sports hernia. And Ustari's become the number one goalkeeper, signed an extension because of his efforts. 57th minute. We have just been able to cross into that territory. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 0. Inter Miami outscoring opponents 4-0 from the 46th to the 60th minute away. Still have about 3 minutes left in that key period. New England Revolution on the season, a -2 second half goal differential. New England entered the night the only side in Major League Soccer outside of the playoff picture to have a plus goal differential. They were +2 coming into tonight. 25 goals to 23 conceded, but Inter Miami, Lionel Messi with the 2 first half tallies, has wiped out that advantage, and now they are on even ground in the goal differential category on the season. Caleb Porter in his second year with New England. Tomas Aviles, well done defensively to box out an oncoming attacker, Matt Polster, on an ambitious ball from the attacking midfield for New England. Polster could not get on the end, making a run up the right channel. Aviles escorted it onto his goalkeeper, Oscar Ustari. Inter Miami has 29 assists on the season. That is good for third in Major League Soccer. So many of their goals have come run of play. Inter Miami, by the way, and we brought it up against Montreal, and it still stands. It's stunning. A side with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and all this talent. Inter Miami is the only side in MLS not to earn itself a penalty so far in 2025. Not a single point to the spot for Inter Miami this season. That is stunning. And there certainly have been opportunities for the referee to have some guts and point to the spot. But Inter Miami hasn't really needed it. Redondo, right attacking third to Suarez. He'll swipe it on right side to Wagon. In the inside right channel, Suarez from just outside the area. He had that ball knocked away. He's trying to win it in a 1v1 battle with Fofana along the near touchline. Fofana sends a sky ball into the midfield. And then Falcone had the ball go off his back. It's a 3-on-2 for New England. Look out here. Heel to the top of the box outside the penalty D. And he sent a left-footed shot wide of the near post of Oscar Ustari. Heel is beside himself. It was not a great effort for what was developing. That took an awful long time to formulate into what the end result was, and that was Heel spraying a ball 6 feet wide of the near post. I think Heel was anticipating that maybe Campana was going to make a run to the far post. Nobody did. Heel took a shot. Heel is, in his career, a much better passer, distributor, than he is a natural goal scorer. Part of the issue for New England is that they have needed Heel to score 7 times this season to get them to 11th in the East. That's not good when you're relying on Carlos Heel to score in bunches. Langoni for New England. He had a dispossessor rolled right on a Campana in the penalty D, left attacking third, but Campana couldn't unleash a shot. It was won back by Falcone of Inter Miami, and Los Heranitos clear into the midfield circle. We welcome you past the hour mark at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 0. Lionel Messi, 2 goals in the opening half. And now Inter Miami in its left defensive third in its own box. Busquets going to roll it back on to Oscar Ustari, the Inter Miami goalkeeper. Nice and easy. Inter Miami, if they can grab all 3 points in the table, it'll be 5th place in the East, heading home to take on the conference's 2nd place side, Nashville, Saturday night, Chase Stadium, Fort Lauderdale. Tickets still available. Not many of them. InterMiamiCF.com. InterMiamiCF.com. Inter Miami is going to have a throw-in from its near touchline in the right attacking half. Telasco Segovia is about to come on for Inter Miami. New England sending in a substitution as well. Let's take 10 seconds. 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Ken LaVicka back with you, Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts. The OG Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer. To my right-hand side, 63rd minute, Inter Miami 2, New England 0. Telasco Segovia is on for Inter Miami. Baltasar Rodriguez's night is done after just over an hour of work. And it is Tomas Chunkalai for New England who ends up taking off Tanner Beeson, the left back for New England Revolution. Tomas Chunkalai, a designated player for New England. He has been besieged by injuries, most prominently a knee issue that kept him out 322 consecutive days. He made his debut April 12th at Atlanta United this season. He saw significant time and scored a goal in a U.S. Open Cup victory May 7th at Rhode Island. But it has been a long road back for Tomas Chunkalai. And now he gets in here in this second half with Caleb Porter looking for some sort of offensive firepower. Inter Miami 2, New England 0, 63-26, 63-27, 63-28 on this second half clock. Busquets free kick, defensive half into the right attacking third. Near touchline, Allende able to settle off his chest. Now Messi, short range pass Suarez. Suarez played it back to Busquets. I think that Messi was the target, but Busquets was there to collect it. Inter Miami, about 35 yards out. They'll play it back into the midfield. To the left of the midfield circle, here is Maxi Falcone. Now Segovia, his first touch since entering. A floated ball, far left touchline, Alba. Now to Messi. Messi left channel. Messi wanted to play through. It went off of the heel of Mamadou Fofana. And the New England Revolution center back. Good defensive play. And now New England trying to get out on the counter. Here's Langoni playing it up ahead. Wagon had problems with it. Campana! He sent a shot away. A diving Ustari poked it away in the middle of the box. And then Chunkalai off the loose ball. Put it off the side of the goal. Left of goal. And Inter Miami will feel fortunate that it's still 2-0 in favor of the men in pink. Wagon made a mess of that. And in the penalty area, Campana put a first-time right foot swing on it with pace. Ustari, a glorious right-handed diving save from close proximity. And then Chunkalai, with the ball sitting in the 6-yard box, had a tough angle, and he put it off the left side of the goal. Oh, man. Wagon has got to be more sure than that defensively. And that is the first true sloppy mistake we have seen in quite some time defensively from Chelo Wagon. Probably since the San Jose match where he was taken off at halftime. So it's still 2-0 Inter Miami. New England just had its second outstanding opportunity of the night. Here's a turnover, Busquets, right attacking third. Here it comes right up the middle. It was poked away from behind by Yusuf. Messi couldn't get on it, but then Segovia wins it back for Inter Miami about 35 yards away on the left wing. Good effort from Telasco Segovia, and then a poor giveaway. Alba onto Campana, 2-on-3. Campana makes his way 30 yards from goal, back heel, able to maintain possession. Now Heel coming from the right wing. Heel left foot, and that shot is extremely wide by a good 10 yards across the end line. Goal kick, Inter Miami. Well, Inter Miami's getting a little bit loose right now. Defensively, things have looked a bit disinterested for the South Florida side. Like to see that cinch up here a bit as we get into the dog days of the second half, the dog minutes, I should say. We are about the 67th minute, or at least ticking our way towards it. And a 2-0 Inter Miami advantage, but New England is being served up some opportunities here off of lackluster Inter Miami possession holding. Busquets at the border of his own box right side, sends it to the opposite far portion of the pitch for Maxi Falcone. He sends a high ball to the near touchline. Weigott was upended by Chunkalai, and the referee says no foul. The ball bounces across the touchline near side of New England. Going to have an attacking portion throw-in. Both sides have seen one substitution for New England, Tomas Chunkalai. And for Inter Miami, Pelasco Segovia into the match after Baltazar Rodriguez got his first start of his Inter Miami career. Here is a ball floated from about 30 yards outside left channel to the far post, and Peyton Miller nowhere close to connecting with a teammate. That is the third time in the second half that New England has just sort of blindly launched a ball from the near side to the far post, and there has not been anyone within 15 yards of it. Caleb Porter, we can see him on the New England touchline. The heralded manager for New England, he is unhappy. Two-time MLS Cup champion. This side doesn't even come close to resembling those championship clubs that he had in Portland in 2015 and Columbus in 2020. Inter Miami has certainly more resembled last year's Supporter Shield side than it has what we saw throughout the month of May when Inter Miami really struggled. Late April, early May. New England with a throw-in in its right, left attacking third, I should say. Marcelo Weigott extinguished that with a header out of the box, and now Inter Miami to the right attacking half. Messi has some room to operate in the middle, about 30 yards out. Pushed it on left side, Redondo. Now to the left of the box, Segovia. Segovia's been in good goal-scoring form. He has it in the upper left. That'll be played to the middle channel, Redondo. He skies the ball into the 6-yard box, but Messi could not control it, and it bounces across the end line. Messi had that left foot outstretched. He wanted to try and settle it and take a shot or play something back. And he looks at Federico Redondo and says, that was an outstanding effort. That is my fault that I could not bring it down. Another substitution here for New England. It is going to be Luis Diaz into the match. Luca Langoni's night appears to be done. Luis Diaz, 26-year-old, played for Caleb Porter on that 2020 MLS Cup championship side Columbus Crew. Previously with Deportiva Saprissa in Costa Rica. Played for Colorado Rapids as well earlier in his career. This is now the 10th straight match that he has seen action. He has an assist on the year. Caleb Porter looking for anything to try and unlock goal scoring. 2-0 Inter Miami. We are into the final 20 minutes of the match. 7:02 on the clock as we speak. And New England has it to the right of their own area. And a one-hopper to the near post by Brandon Bai, and Oscar Ustari vacuums that up. You're starting to see the frustration here for New England. I don't know what Brandon Bai's plan was there, other than it being a mishit. Standing in the middle of the box was Leo Campana, I should say. And he had his palms up in the air, asking Bai, where were you going with that? Nobody's on the near post. Luis Suarez wins the ball along the far touchline, right attacking third. Ball rolls out of play off of a New England player, and it's going to be Inter Miami throwing. Suarez hasn't been much of a factor tonight. He's had a couple of heavy touches and has struggled. This is a very good defensive side in New England Revolution. It is not easy to crack them. Lionel Messi's done it twice. Once off a defensive mistake from the home side, the other on an absolute world-class defensive half to attacking half through ball from Sergio Busquets. Looks like Ben Kromoski getting some instruction on the Inter Miami touchline. He is going to be next in for the men in pink. Good ball, Busquets up the near side, right attacking third to Wagon. Wagon had a heavy touch. That allowed Chunkalai to track him from behind and steal the ball away, as Wagon wanted to maybe drive his way towards goal. And now New England off of a header into the right attacking third, right side of the box. Good effort up and over Ustari's goal from the new substitute, Luis Diaz. Good effort from Diaz. Good individual effort from him. Maybe the best we've seen all night from New England to create a goal-scoring chance. Aviles did well to get into the periphery, the left side of Diaz's vision, and force him to make a decision. And just inside the right portion of the area, Diaz had to let it fly. The referee says that Aviles got a touch on it, so it's going to be a corner for New England, far side and near side. Oscar Ustari is gripping at what appears to be his left shoulder or collarbone area. Here's a high corner to the far post, headed away by Wagon. Job not done, though, and Inter Miami just conceded another corner. Chunkalai played it off of Busquets, but the flag was up, and it's an offside against New England. We will pay attention to Oscar Ustari. He's trying to shake it off. It had to have happened with him going up and diving for that errant shot from Diaz just moments ago that apparently took a touch off of Aviles. Ustari is moving that shoulder, that collarbone area, as he jogs to set up the Inter Miami goal kick. So that's a good sign. 73 and a half minutes on the clock here at Gillette Stadium. Lionel Messi has already made it worth the price of admission here in Foxborough with 2 opening half goals. Good job by Jordi Alba to be aggressive defensively, but then Maxi Falcone got too aggressive as he launched Luis Diaz to the turf along the far touchline to the right of Oscar Ustari's goal, and Maxi Falcone becomes the second, make it the third Inter Miami player to earn a yellow card tonight. Redondo and Falcone are on yellows. They are both on the pitch. Baltasar Rodriguez was shown a card in the opening half. He has since departed the match in favor of Talasco Segovia. Yeah, pretty cut and dry there, Maxi Falcone. In front of the line judge, who simply just AEW body tossed Luis Diaz. So a set piece free kick from right of the box for heel of New England. He whips it in edge of the 6-yard area, headed away by Inter Miami fairly easily. Back on it, Fofana, the center back. He had a delivery blocked away. Now the race is on. Ball takes a backwards hop, and New England able to control it well, thanks to Brian Ceballos. And now it's back into the left attacking half near touchline for New England. New England going right to left in the attack. 75th minute. Inter Miami 2, New England 0. Here is Heel from 40 yards away. Good ball into the box. Falcone got a toe on it. Ustari had to poke the ball away from a lurking Brandon By about 5 yards away from goal. Falcone then was able to clear, and then New England works it to about 25 yards away. Heel takes a left-footed shot right into the chest of Oscar Ustari. Not an overly difficult save for the Inter Miami keeper, but it is a shot on target for New England. It was good movement from New England. Probably the best run of play, attacking third possession we have seen from New England. And now Ustari is down on his back. The crowd boos, but Ustari clearly has been bothered by something with his shoulder. I'm not quite sure if this is related to that. And it is. It is his right shoulder. I think I said left earlier. Shoulder, rotator cuff region for Oscar Ustari. Rocco Rios Novo is the number 2 goalkeeper for Inter Miami. And we'll see if he starts to warm for Javier Mascherano. This would not be the first injury that Ustari has taken this season or had to come off for. He had to leave the Philadelphia game, the late victory early in the year for Inter Miami, with a lower body injury. He also missed a match after taking on a red card suspension. It was a first half red card he was shown against Charlotte in the early portion of the season. Rios Novo had to come in and pitch a shutout in the second half and most of the first half, and then played the entire following match because of the suspension. Ustari's going to stay in. He got some of the magic spray. Maxi Arruti has come on for New England in the 76th minute. Maxi Arruti, 2 goals on the year. He has had quite the MLS career. He was on the 2015 Portland Timbers Caleb Porter coached MLS Cup championship side. He's had spells in Toronto, Dallas, Montreal, Houston, Austin, 34-year-old. He's in his club option year, 70 career goals. That is 7th amongst active players in Major League Soccer. Rudy just has not been able to get himself going in this New England attack. He's also been battling some injury as well. (2-0 Inter Miami. We are into the 79th minute now. Messi still on. Suarez still on. Here is Heel with a defensive half long ball to the left wing. Left attacking third, now left of the box. It's Peyton Miller. Plays it back to the middle channel, 30 yards out. Heel distributes, sprays the ball to the right of the area. Well done by Busquets to head it away. And now Segovia will chunk it out of any sort of question, but Allende gives it right back. Here's Heel driving forward into the penalty arc. Right foot, and he scored! He crossed up Ustari, who looks like he pulled back that injured shoulder, and New England has pulled it within a goal in the 80th minute. Carlos Heel off the Allende giveaway, and this one's not over yet. I mean, I think Ustari's got to come off. He didn't even reach for that ball. And he started cradling the afflicted shoulder. Allende with a very unsure defensive play. And that's just not good enough from Allende. Heel's allowed to dribble into the penalty arc and just unleash a right-footed shot. Aviles didn't step up on him. And Ustari is clearly injured. So Inter Miami still has work to do. This would be a tough one to swallow in a match that Inter Miami has largely dominated from a tempo standpoint. So Carlos Heel, 8th goal of the season for New England. Inter Miami has had the lead cut in half, 2-1. Ben Kremoski is going to enter the match for Inter Miami. Tadeo Allende comes off. I bet Javier Mascherano probably wishes he would have been able to do that sooner. Kremoski's been ready to go for about the last 10 minutes. Kremoski's first touch in the defensive midfield. And Inter Miami with a massive stretch of games coming up. 2 against Cincinnati, the 1 against Nashville on Saturday, at New York Red Bulls. And now, potentially, you have screwed up a bit of the rotation and the substitution pattern, because what was a fairly comfortable 2-0 advantage, you're going to have to see through up 2-1 now after Heel cut the lead in half, 82nd minute. A foul against New England near touchline. Inter Miami in its left defensive half. Inter Miami is going to have to get on the ball here a bit. Lionel Messi, both Inter Miami goals. Inter Miami's not gotten much from anybody else in the attack here tonight. Far touchline, left defensive half. Jordi Alba poked it up ahead to Segovia. Segovia maneuvers through 3 different New England players to find some breathing room, and now Busquets will play it into the attacking midfield for Kromoski. Up the right channel comes the new substitute. Kromoski, a pass behind Segovia, couldn't get a foot on it, and then New England trying to play it out of the back. Ivacic, the goalkeeper, who hasn't had much to do in this second half, a bit of a chunky play, trying to feed it under the pressure of Suarez over to his left-hand side, and it ends up rolling out of play. It'll be a right touchline throw in Inter Miami. Here's Suarez, penalty arc. Messi had a shot blocked. He's still on the ball. Messi sends it to the left of the area. Alba will play it back. Now he's looking. He's at the outside left channel, gives it off from that far touchline to Segovia. Swings the ball into the middle for Busquets. It's worked back to Segovia. Now left of the box. Alba will play with a right foot to Suarez. Upper left. Suarez listlessly gives the ball away. Trying to win it back, and doing so is Redondo. Outside the penalty arc, and then Messi had his pocket picked. Kromoski did well to come up and block away a distribution, and Inter Miami about 30 yards away, back in possession. Here comes Messi, inside left channel. Gave it up to Alba. Now Segovia on an overlap. Segovia drives forward. Segovia into the left side of the box. Now Alba, he chunks it to Suarez. Left foot swipe. It took a deflection. It will roll across the end line, just past the far post. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami. That's a good attempt from Luis Suarez. It went off of a New England defender, or it was going to be on target. That was Fofana who got an ankle on it. It's an Inter Miami corner brought to you by Leiter Rider Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, represented injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Short corner from Messi, near side. Messi along the near right touchline, taking a return feed from Kromoski. Messi to the right of the area. Segovia, low right foot cross. Campana punched it high up into the air. On to Heel. Heel is in the corner. He takes a dive, and he gets credit for it. A foul is called against Segovia. 84th minute. Inter Miami 2. New England 1. Carlos Heel making this dramatic for New England with his 80th minute goal. Lionel Messi with 2 tallies tonight. 14 on the MLS year. He has 20 in all competitions, whether it be CONCACAF Champions Cup or FIFA Club World Cup included. There's a long ball from the midfield that is sent up the near left side for New England by Heel. Trying to run on the end of it was Peyton Miller, but it was hit way too hard by Heel, who's wearing the captain's armband for New England. And the still clearly afflicted right shoulder Oscar Ustari, Inter Miami goalkeeper, lumbers back towards his goal to restart play and distribute a free goal kick. A high launch into the midfield, won by New England. They have it in their right defensive half. Brian Ceballos into the right side of the center circle. Now entering the attacking half, left side is New England. Chankalai, look out here to the left of the box. Miller swings it across. Falcone was able to get a right foot on it. It floated near Ustari's goal. It goes across the end line. It's going to be a near side to far side corner for New England in the 85th minute. Falcone saying it didn't go across the end line. It's still in play. I thought it went across, and it definitely did. It is going to be a corner. Again, near side to far side for New England. Inter Miami has really got to cinch it up. That corner is blocked away outside the area, but Heel still on it. Left of the box, working against Kromoski. Heel for New England. Plays it through left side of the area. Low cross attempt from Polster is blocked out of play. Near post, end line, and out of play. Redondo did the duties, but it's another conceded corner, and New England will send Heel for an outswinger on the near side. 87th minute, 2-1 Inter Miami. Inter Miami trying to hang on for dear life now. Heel to the top of the 6-yard box, and Ceballos had snuck in between two defenders, but he was off balance with a header that went about 7 feet over the crossbar of Inter Miami and Oscar Ustari. That brought some oohs and ahs from this large crowd, biggest of the season for New England here at Gillette Stadium. Javi Martinez next in for Javier Mascherano. Luis Suarez going to take a seat. Suarez not particularly effective here tonight for Inter Miami. So Suarez becomes the third substitution for Inter Miami. Kramaski, Segovia, Martinez have all substituted in. Mascherano's going to have his choice of Pico, Sailor, Afonso, Abando, or Morales the rest of the way, or even Rios Novo if Ustari continues to have shoulder problems. And Inter Miami with a really poor spell in its defensive midfield as Wagon just sort of half-heartedly pops the ball across the touchline at the midfield stripe, and New England back in business, trying to play it out of their defensive half. 88th minute, 2-1 Inter Miami. New England outscoring opponents 7-3 in the final 15 minutes this season. That looms large now in the 88th minute, in Inter Miami clinging to a 1-goal lead. Hill from 40 yards out. Wanted Campana in the box, headed in the air. It was Rudy who got on the end of it at the top of the area. He had a shot blocked opportunistically by Inter Miami. And the ball will sail all the way towards the midfield stripe. New England back on it. Segovia trying to come from behind and win the ball. He does, but a late whistle and a foul against Segovia as Yusuf went to ground for New England. A late whistle from the referee, and New England restarts play with urgency. New England restarted before the referee was ready. He had to put down spray, and now the referee stops play again as Yusuf was trying to get action back underway. And now the referee blows his whistle. And it'll be Heel about 38 yards away, even with the right border of the box. Sends it towards the touchline. The ball was popped up into the air. Falling over was Segovia, but Inter Miami able to win it back. Martinez into the middle. Kramaski took a hit, still got a head on it, and then Messi was pushed from behind and fouled. One of those two had to be a foul. Finally, Fotis Pizzacos did blow his whistle, and Diaz is called for a foul, pushing Messi in the back. Boy, Kramaski took a big hit from Miller, still won the ball, didn't complain about it, still fought for the ball, and then finally, as Messi went to the ground after the outstanding effort from Kramaski and Inter Miami's defensive half, Inter Miami does get the benefit of a free kick. 89-32, 89-33, 89-34, 2-1 Inter Miami. This one has not been as easy as the previous three victories for Inter Miami. And now another giveaway. This time it was Sergio Busquets. Heel plays a ball from the far side. Wanted to get it into the left wing for Miller, but it was off the mark. And Wagon is able to maintain possession for Inter Miami. And now Redondo dribbling backwards, able to hook a ball onto Busquets. Well done in traffic. He'll push it near touchline. Left defensive half for Redondo. Good job by Redondo. Charging forward. Redondo still going. Redondo had his shirt held. And now the referee, after initially playing advantage, calls the foul against New England. That's well done by Federico Redondo, using that frame and that size. 5 extra minutes as we have crossed the 90-minute mark. 5 extra minutes. Inter Miami with a 2-1 lead. Extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. We are already nearly a minute in to the additional 5. Busquets with a free kick from the inside right channel, about 40 yards out. Right of the box, Kramaski. Good job to control near the corner. Now Messi to Busquets. Good turn on the right wing. Busquets plays it through right of the box. Kramaski. Low cross. It took a deflection. It's saved from going across the end line by Peyton Miller. He is going to bandy it across the near right touchline. Inter Miami will take its time with a throw-in in its right defensive third. About an hour from now, LAFC and Colorado. Second and only other match of the night in Major League Soccer. Wagon with the throw-in. It went right into the chest of Peyton Miller of New England. He sent a long ball forward. Aviles will head it back into the right attacking third. And now it is Federico Redondo battling 3 New England players for the ball. And finally, New England able to win it with Urruti. Urruti weaves through traffic near side to far side. And he's going to deliver a ball into the attacking half left side of the pitch. Good job by Davi Martinez to come over and swipe it back to Oscar Ustari, who unleashes a ball all the way into the Inter Miami attacking half. Busquets to Lionel Messi, right attacking half, now right attacking third, coming forward, right up the middle. Here is Lionel Messi, steps to his left side of the box, a shot, and Fofana was able to block it away near his keeper in the 6-yard area. Inter Miami trying to win it back with Jordi Alba, and Alba ends up toe poking it across the end line right of goal. Mamadou Fofana has been really, really good tonight for New England. Lionel Messi could not find himself enough space because Ceballos was bothering him to get a lot on that shot, and Fofana helped out his keeper. Now New England left attacking half. We are in 92.5-minute territory. 5 additional minutes were tacked onto the clock, and New England an unforced error as they tried to send a high ball near side to far side in their left attacking half that simply just sailed all the way across the touchline, and Inter Miami is going to have an offensive third throw and just need to be sure about this here. Javier Mascherano calls out instructions from the Inter Miami touchline. The throw-in takes place, and it is blasted high in the air into the midfield. New England heads it back into its left attacking half, and then Segovia turned it over to Chunkalai. But fortunately, Busquets was there with Falcone to make sure that did not compound. Segovia has had some problems since he substituted on. And now Inter Miami with Sergio Busquets. Into the middle, Segovia handled that one much better, and he's going to chunk it left of the midfield circle to Jordi Alba, plays it off to Maxi Falcone, the center back. Good turn with Heel trying to bother him, and now the ball is loose after it was blocked away. Ustari ranging outside of his box to the left-hand side. Jordi Alba is going to clear the ball all the way into the New England defensive half, right portion of the pitch. Good steal by Inter Miami and Jordi Alba. He's going to send it back into the New England defensive portion. 94 minutes on the clock. 5 additional minutes were tacked on. We have 1 minute of play left. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 1. Inter Miami trying to hang on for the 3 points on the table. Heel sends a ball left to the area. Urruti near the end line. And as he tried to cross it, Ustari ranging to his left, plucked it out of midair and goes to ground, cradling the ball against his chest, making sure that nobody could get an additional touch. That is really, really good anticipation and an outstanding pair of gloved hands by Oscar Ustari, with Chunkalai trying to make a run up the middle channel to the near post. Ustari sends the ball away. Inter Miami has it in its right attacking half. 94-45, 94-46, 94-47. We have 10 seconds left of this match. When will Fotis Pizzacos blow his whistle? We are about at 95 minutes. In fact, we are at 95 minutes. We have hit the full 5 additional minutes. Is this the last sequence for New England? Redondo knees a ball out of play near left touchline in the midfield. Now to the left attacking half. Last gasp here for New England. Polster to the far side, Heel, right wing, trying to get around Busquets. Floats the ball into the box, and it was Kramaski who was able to shield off Miller, who poked the ball out of play on the near post. Good defensive play by Kramaski. It'll be a goal kick for Inter Miami, and the full-time whistle is blown. The match has come to an end. It got dramatic. It was a little bit more difficult than maybe we anticipated it might be, but Inter Miami hangs on for the 3 points behind 2 more goals for Lionel Messi. 7 in his career now, spanning 3 matches against New England, and now 14 on the MLS season and 20 in all competitions. Messi continues his dazzling form. He once again is the man of the match, and he may very well win the player of the match day for a 4th time this season. The final from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution won. So Messi is the player of the match. I have to say, Oscar Ustari late did some fine work for Inter Miami, clearly suffering from some sort of shoulder injury. Maxi Falcone also had a very strong match tonight as well when things really got tough for the back line in the late stages of this match. So Lionel Messi walks off the artificial surface here in New England to a standing ovation. He waves to the crowd. He acknowledges the crowd who is largely here to see him. Inter Miami has won a fourth straight match. They have indeed leapfrogged their rivals to the north, Orlando City. Inter Miami is now at 35 points in the table, fifth in the Eastern Conference. A massive one upcoming Saturday night, Chase Stadium against Nashville. Your final scoreline for a final time from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 1. For Oscar Gonzalez, the OG onside engineer, I'm Ken LaVicka. Mike Rizzo, postgame show. Next, it's Inter Miami football. Good night, everybody.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
But then a giveaway and a goal! Lionel Messi in the box! It rolled around precariously. Messi came out of nowhere trailing the play, simply swiped with his left foot and is able to plant it into the back of the net. Messi's 13th goal of this MLS campaign. He can't stop scoring. 1-0, Inter Miami, 27th minute.
Inter Miami winners 2-1. It's marking their fourth straight MLS win. Welcome on in, folks, to the postgame show on your Inter Miami radio network. Mike Rizzo here, and we are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. What do you want more, folks? What do you want more from your drive? I got exactly what you need. The all-new Audi Q5. It's a powerful, sporty silhouette with dynamic handling and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with the driver in mind. That's you guys. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5, the best made better. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Got a couple of highlights to play throughout the post-game show. Wanted to quickly go through some match facts. Inter Miami had the most possession with 56 comparatively to New England's 44. Expected goals, believe it or not, the Revolution led the way in that with 1.28 comparatively to Inter Miami's 1.09. They didn't factor in the Messi factor. That's what happened there. Anyway, 16 shots for New England comparatively to Inter Miami's 13. I want to give credit to Oscar Ustari as well. Had a big game. You're going to hear a big late game save that Ustari had that really, candy barred the door in about the 94th, 95th minute of the 5-minute extra time in the game. But certainly a lot of shots, 29 total shots in this game. 2 big chances for Inter Miami comparatively to New England's. 1 in passing. Inter Miami was the more accurate passing team with 87% completed. 3 corner kicks comparatively to New England's 5. And that'll about do it as far as the statistics side. So Inter Miami losing the XG, but winning the game. And I think that's what happens when you have the best player on the pitch in Lionel Messi, who can make something out of nothing any given time. And we've certainly seen Messi do that the last 2 games. Messi, 4 goals in 2 games. I believe he'll probably win player of the match week. Now, look at me already speculating. But I'm assuming he's going to win player of the match week with how well he played in this game. And once again, 4 goals in 2 games is nothing to snuff at either way. Let's take our first time out of the post-game show. Once again, we are powered by our local South Florida Audi dealers, AudiUSA.com to learn more. Stop by one of their dealers and test drive that brand new Q5. When we come back, highlights on your Inter Miami Radio Network post-game show.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach. Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami Postgame Show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our Herons big winners tonight, 2-1 at New England. Got a little interesting down the stretch, but Oscar Ustari coming up clutch for our Herons. Welcome on into our final segment of the post-game show. We're going to go through all the goal-scoring highlights. I had a big save from Oscar Ustari in extra time that sealed the deal for Inter Miami and their fourth straight MLS win. You heard me right. Fourth straight MLS win. Let's go all the way back to May 28th. Inter Miami beat Montreal at home 4-2. And then Inter Miami embarrassing the Columbus Crew right before the FIFA Club World Cup 5-1 on May 31st. Montreal again, 4-1 in Montreal. Lionel Messi with a brace. And then obviously tonight, 2-1. Lionel Messi with a brace. Messi, two braces in 2 games. A la 4 goals in 2 games. So Messi in form, probably going to win match week. Player of the match week. Always get that wrong. Always get mixed up, player of the week. But player of the match week is probably going to go to Lionel Messi, who has just been an absolute terror to defenses. Now, let's go through all the highlights, and let's start off with the great one, Lionel Messi, making things 1-0 in the first half.
But then a giveaway and a goal! Lionel Messi in the box! It rolled around precariously. Messi came out of nowhere, trailing the play, simply swiped with his left foot, and is able to plant it into the back of the net. Messi's 13th goal of this MLS campaign. He can't stop scoring. 1-0, Inter Miami, 27th minute.
Yep. Great call by our buddy Ken Levica. Ken, the voice of the Inter Miami Herons, does such a great job for us here on ESPN 1063. He had a lot of fun calling the brace the second time around. You heard him say 27th minute for Messi's first goal. Didn't have to wait for the second one. 38th minute. Take it away, Ken.
New England 0. Good ball, Busquets up ahead. Here's Lionel Messi from left of the area. Another first timer, left foot, and he beats the keeper. Lionel Messi has taken 2 shots tonight. He has touched the ball twice in the attack, and he has scored both times. He tucks it inside the far post. Lionel Messi has another brace. It happens in the first half. Messi's 7th goal against New England in his career. 2-0 Inter Miami.
I just got done saying last game this past weekend on Saturday that Montreal is going to be happy not to see Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi scored 4 goals against Montreal. It's a good stat there by Ken. 7th career goal. 7th career goal in about 2.5 seasons for Lionel Messi in that Inter Miami Heron jersey. Really good stuff by the great one. Now, believe it or not, New England, and listen, XG, I'm kind of so-so on it. When you have a player like Lionel Messi who could score at any moment, might not necessarily show up on that expected goal XG stat, but New England did have a lot of chances. God, they peppered Oscar Ustari. Ustari, at one point, Ken and I thought he was injured. We thought Ustari was going to have to come out of the game on the goal that he surrendered to make things 2-1. Now, first off, let's give credit. Gil, the Spaniard, Carles Gil, the 32-year-old veteran, what a strike. I mean, Ustari tried to reach up and grab it top pocket, but ultimately didn't get there. Grabbed his shoulder on this play. We were speculating if he was all right or not. Let's hear the goal by New England to make things interesting in the 80th minute.
Here's Heel driving forward into the penalty arc. Right foot, and he scored! He crossed up Ustari, who looks like he pulled back that injured shoulder, and New England has pulled it within a goal in the 80th minute. Carlos Heel off the Allende giveaway, and this one's not over yet. I mean, I think Ustari's got to come off. He didn't even reach for that ball. And he started cradling the afflicted shoulder.
He went to go save it. Shoulder got what we thought at the time tangled up and injured. Now, he injured it on a couple of plays before that. I don't think he was going to be able to save it regardless. But to Ken's point, he couldn't even make an effort. And we thought he might have been able to come off the pitch. But my gosh, he certainly made up for it in the final 10 minutes. Actually, if you want to scratch that, 15 minutes. There's 5 minutes of extra time in this game, and Oscar really came up big in the final minute of the game. Let's take a listen.
Left to the area, Rudy near the end line, and as he tried to cross it, Ustari ranging to his left, plucked it out of midair, and goes to ground, cradling the ball against his chest, making sure that nobody could get an additional touch. That is really, really good anticipation and an outstanding pair of gloved hands by Oscar Ustari.
Ustari with the big denial at the end of the game to make things seem pretty well in New England with the 2-1 victory. Now, Inter Miami will be facing off against Nashville this Saturday. So July 12th, folks, I will be live here at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach, 7 o'clock. Pregame starting 7:30, ball rolling, more like 7:39, as Ken and I have learned. Regardless, Ken on the play-by-play, me in studio, pregame, halftime, postgame. We'll have our OG, Oscar Gonzalez, on site as well. It is going to be the first home game. I want to make sure I get this right. It will be the first home game for Inter Miami since before the FIFA Club World Cup, and it was that game all the way back against the Columbus Crew, May 31st. How about that? Almost a month and a half we haven't seen our Inter Miami Herons at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. So it'll be good to get a little home cooking coming up this Saturday. Once again, I'm live at 7. Ken with the play-by-play at 7:30. You do have a nightcap tonight in the MLS. You will have coming up tonight LAFC and the Colorado Rapids. That's a 10:25 start. Pregame probably getting underway. So give it a watch tonight. LAFC, I mentioned throughout our program, LAFC 7th on the table, not necessarily having the season that they thought. They were a disgrace in that FIFA Club World Cup. I'm interested to see how they're able to bounce back within their MLS season. But regardless, final score 2-1. You're Miami Herons, winners of 4 games in a row, and we will talk to you coming up at 7 o'clock Saturday night. Herons and Nashville Chase Stadium. Inter Miami on the table moves up to 5th. 18 games played, 35 points. They're still 3 games behind the 4 teams ahead of them in the Crew, the Union, Nashville, and Cincinnati. Plenty of time and plenty of points still left on the table. We'll catch up with you guys on Saturday. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. A lot of thank yous. First off, thank you, Ken Levica. Always a great job. Did an amazing job on the play-by-play. OG, Oscar Gonzalez, our on-site producer. Great job from New England. Brian Rowitz, our content director and boss. Stephanie Prince, our GM. We appreciate all of you on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 106.3.